I'm Cade. I'm going to be going over the pre-trip inspection on a commercial vehicle. The first thing that you want to check on is the front of your tractor. Before you check anything out, just get in the front, start with your driver's side, go all the way around. From the front, you want to look, make sure there's no obvious oil spills. Anything that looks wet, it could be antifreeze, transmission, number of things. As you make your way around, check your tires. Carry a gauge with you. It's always a good rule of thumb to check your air pressure in your tractor and your trailer tires every time, or at least carry a tire thumper to make sure everything sounds good. Your engine compartment, once you pop it, again, check for any visible signs of leakage. Your orifices where you put your oil, everything in, and make sure those tighten securely, because if not, they can pop over with the pressure of the motor going down the road. You don't want that. So that'll make a big mess there. Your front wheel, that is your biggest, you have to have those in right check. If not, because that's your steering, that's your stabilizing part. It carries all the air, all the weight back there. Helps the way it affects your steering on your tractor. Always make sure the suspension, everything looks well there. The driver's side of the cab, most time, 60-70% of the time, you're in your right-hand lane. So when you're driving, you're looking out of your left-hand side of your vehicle. You're gonna make sure your mirrors, everything's is clean, well checked, well kept, and just make sure everything looks in order the way it should. The back of the tractor cab, not all tractors have rear windows, so some you have to take care of, keep clean, and others you don't. You want to make sure your glad hands are properly hooked up and covered when not in use. You want to make sure there's no dirt, debris, especially moisture getting inside them, because they carry, there's 3 of them back there. You got your electrical, your air, and your brake system, your lights. Your lights. Each one you got a red, green, and blue. Those are the colors that pick which hoses those go to. That's your glad hands. Want to make sure everything's clean back there. Your front of the tractor, with the front of the trailer and front of the tractor is the same thing. Just look where your kingpin is on your fifth wheel. Your fifth wheel is attached to your tractor. The kingpin's attached to the trailer. You want to make sure the fifth wheel is properly greased for when that kingpin comes in and hooks up and you're taking a turn, right or left. Everything moves properly and doesn't bind up, no heat, nothing of that nature. Your drive wheels, that's the 8 wheels in the back from your front. Those are your drive axles. Each one has a locking differential, which are operated by air from the tractor, which hooks up to the trailer. So that's when we all go back to the fact of checking everything underneath the hood, because that's where your air compressor is. You want to make sure everything's working properly. If that doesn't, your air suspension, none of that's going to work. Your coupling system, that's what I was talking about a minute ago. Just takes the kingpin and that fifth wheel. Just make sure that's always well checked, because that's what's keeping your trailer and your truck hooked together. The rear of the trailer, make sure the doors, everything's clean, well latched. So, of course, when you're going down the road, none of the hinges look like they're coming off, because if so, then your goods will, of course, come falling out of the back of your trailer, and we don't want that. The trailer wheels, you want to always keep them clean. Where you put air in your tires, if you do not have that clean and accessible, you'll get debris, and you won't get a proper inflation of your trailer tires. Most of the trailer tires carry around 80 pounds, and every one of them, the fronts carry about 120. The trailer suspension, just like the tractor suspension, you want to make sure it's all intact, everything looks well, everything's uniformed. If not, that is one of those situations that you must, you can't take the tractor or trailer out that day. Either you got to find one or the other, but you cannot take that trailer out, because it's a hazard and you will get pulled over by DOT, and that's a huge fine. Just everything in general, you know, anything you'd rather look on, that you do on your own personal vehicle, you do on a commercial vehicle, as well as, you know, the same pre-trip, of course, you know, minus wheels and suspension and stuff on a boat. Everything you can do a pre-trip inspection on, but it's just a lot of it's common sense. As long as everything's working right and you know it's sound, then you should be fine. You always go by the laws of DOT, because they're the ones that can or cannot shut you down. If you're doing right, of course, they're not going to shut you down. If not, they're going to hand out huge fines. It may even make you park your tractor and your trailer. You always keep good log books. Keep your hours up to date. And with that being said, on that nature, on that point, your log books is a huge deal these days, because a lot of drivers are wanting to go over their hours and such. But overall, just watch your hours, watch your tractor, watch your trailer, watch your oil, air, fuel, all that stuff, and you should be fine. Thank you for listening to my presentation.